my name is Linda Walsh and I would like to invite you to the introductory episode of Teen Talk Production. It is a series of individual interviews and group discussion about a brave group of average teens ranging in ages from 11 to 20 years, voicing their feelings and their experiences. Our teenagers talk about their dreams and aspirations, also family relationships, peer pressure and body image, their goals, ambitions, future careers, school pressure, particularly during years 11 and 12, their hopes, successes and achievements, depression, bullying and social media, just for a start. This video also highlights their creativity and diverse activities. I decided to create this video to give teens a real voice in these virtual technology generations. I hope it becomes a tool for teens to communicate with other teens about the issues that affect them, for teens to help other teens, for T2Hot. I hope it also facilitates a process for other people, especially parents, to better understand and communicate with their teenagers.
I like being a teenager because you're young and you have so much energy and you have all the time to go see your friends.
Just enjoy your teenage years because, like you were saying before, you don't really get them back and it's the best time of your life, so you should really enjoy it.
In my free time, I usually do maybe like a little bit of running around, mainly social media, which is quite sad, and I live in my little cave of, iPads and things like that. But I love the internet. I love doing art, just maybe sketching some fashion drawings or whatever.
Going on social media sites like YouTube is great because you get to watch people do funny things, and a lot of people create wonderful content that make you happy and you get to watch them do funny things. I love to watch videos on YouTube with my sister. Just watching people doing silly stuff, funny stuff, it just makes you laugh.
One of my friends, she got in lots of trouble with the police about something that she sent to someone. And it's just something that I will hold on forever, that you never ever send anything inappropriate. And it's just disgusting what some people are sending.
I don't go to social media sites except for the part where I message my friends and saying, can we meet up in person? Because I rather talk to people face to face.
I have a computer game website that I usually go on, but I have an electronic time which is usually half an hour. So I usually go on the computer or watch TV for half an hour and then I go outside again. Mum says that I can only go on for half an hour, but I choose to do half an hour because otherwise my eyes start to hurt.
About 10 years ago, I watched my now inspiration, Marcus Baghdatis from my own country, Cyprus, play against Roger Federer in the Australian Open final. And once I watched that, I just fell in love with tennis and wanted to be involved in it, and have since then played tennis from that one match.
My special sport is archery. So not many people that I know do that sport. So when I was younger, when I was in year 3, that was when the Olympics were on. So I watched people, the competitors doing archery, and I was like, I want to do a sport that not many people do.
Yeah, I love sport and music, so I do lots of sport. I play netball and coach netball and do just social futsal, which is lots of fun. And for music I play flute and self-taught piano and a little bit of guitar, and that's lots of fun, just to fill in time and clear your head a little bit when everything's stressful.
Something that I like to do is I'm learning to play the drums, and I've had a lot of wonderful opportunities with that, like playing at the assemblies at school and playing to just lots of people that come through my music classroom. It's really, really fun. I love performing arts and being in musicals and when you're on stage, it's not like you're not yourself. You can put on a character and you can think how they think and you can be what they are, and it just gives you time to just be someone else, and you can reflect afterwards and think, well, wow, I think I could take like a personality trait from that person and maybe put it into my own life.
My special talent or hobby would be music. I've been loving doing guitar and all that since I was at the age of 3, and I've been doing netball for about 6, 7 years now. And dancing, I've only started really this year, but I really like it, the fact of that I get to be out there, meet others, and be active.
I love helping people, could be anyone. It gives you so much, it just gives you like a rush just to see that you're helping someone and that they're getting like a benefit from what you're doing for them.
Since my older sister, she tends to watch scarier movies, so if I walk in on that scary movie and I watch one of the scenes that is possibly a scary scene, I tend to have nightmares about them, and sometimes those nightmares go on for about 2 weeks. How I get past it? Well, I just say to myself that it's a movie, it's not real life.
Performing arts definitely makes me feel better because when you're in like a theatre show or you're playing music, you get to, you're distracted for a little bit and you can be yourself and you get to do something that's creative and everyone can watch you and you get to make them happy when you're playing something or doing something.
I had a personal concern about my knee. I did my ACL, which is basically a knee reconstruction, but I'd done it twice. The first time, the surgeon didn't do it properly or something like that, which caused it the second time. But the first time, I was going through Year 12 at the same time, and also when I did my knee, I lost a scholarship to play professional soccer overseas. So I wasn't happy with the people at my school, and I just fell into a really dark place.
I would talk to my friends about all the problems and stuff that's happening because they understand it, they're going through it too, so it makes it easier to talk to someone who's going through it. I'd probably talk to my sister, my friends, depending on what the situation is, and maybe my guardian. I usually talk to my sister about all the problems I'm having because she usually experiences them too at the same time, so we work on it together and we fix what's bothering us.
If I have a problem, I like I said, I trust my friends so well. They make everything better because we have a mutual understanding where we need to explain what our problem is first before we give advice. I'm always the happiest when I'm with them. It's they're all spastics like me, so it's like it's one big, and it's my second family technically, one big happy family.
Body image is one of the main things that concerns a lot of teenagers these days because a lot of media, they kind of project ideal views and like what you're supposed to dress, what you're supposed to look like, and it pressures a lot of teens to fit in.
The stuff that worries me the most is my body weight at the moment and how my parents and doctors that I've been to just think that I'm underweight and that being my age that I should be more healthier and have more body weight on me.
Your friends don't really care how you look or how you dress or how you act, but it's the people at school that worry about that stuff. A lot of the same things worry my friends. They always seem to talk about how peer pressure is making them feel worse about themselves and it's not making them feel like they're happy and stuff like that.
You can just be yourself, you don't have to like act as someone else.
An issue is probably independence and wanting to finding yourself and doing your own thing. So having curfews and things like that. Probably just trying to find that balance with knowing when to be independent but then realising when you still need your parents.
I like that I can go to the shopping centres by myself, like with a couple of friends, because like if I went with my mum and I saw like a couple of friends that aren't necessarily like good friends, some people can get embarrassed, and like if your mum says like something embarrassing.
Money is a bit of an issue for your later teen years because you're trying to have a part-time job and maintain a social life, and part-time jobs when you're that age don't really pay that well, and you're trying to be independent from your parents, and I think that's a bit of a struggle when you're about 17 to 20.
I think one of the biggest problems facing teenagers is probably finding high school schooling. You get into high school and you're faced with a new environment.
Pressure and stress is massive in year 12. Just knowing that whatever score you get depends on if you go to a good uni and if you go to a better, like, to get into your course and stuff was massive, and the pressure is just enormous.
I think that parents and like adults don't understand how hard school is nowadays, because when they went to school everything was easy, and they just don't understand that now there's more pressure. You have to get like an ATAR, and like they didn't have to do that. Recently, after I'd lost my mother, she passed in 2008 when I was 10 years old. A boy from school was just saying rude comments to me, saying stuff like, at least I have a mother, I can do things with my mother, you can't, and it hurt a lot.
One of my friends, she was like physically attacking me, but not, it wasn't actually hurting me, but I knew it was like a very large problem because it was a form of bullying, and I knew that it just had to stop. It's a form of like verbal bullying when they say that you're not good enough to, like, you're not allowed to look like yourself because you're not good enough and you don't look like them, and that's not like how you're meant to be.
Probably with like friendships, you know, if you tell your parents, say something's happened at school, and they think, oh, just tell them to stop, it doesn't work that way. There's like different ways. Sometimes on social media there's a lot of bullying through that, and then, you know, like parents give you sayings to say to them, but really they'll just like laugh back. And
sometimes you just talk to friends on Facebook. There's a VC discussion page on Facebook that everyone posts funny memes and tips for everyone else, so that's always good. But
I remember my sister saying to me specifically, like, VC doesn't have to be like a challenge, it doesn't have to be so stressful and everything, because she tackled it in a very strategic way, because she knew like what scores and what kind of subjects she liked the best, and then she focused on them the most.
my brother, he, especially before exams, he was really sick. He'd have to sit at the back and have a bucket in his exams. He'd be so stressed out, and yeah, and that, like, before my English exam, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat breakfast.
I think it's really a good idea to like benefit from what the school offers. So I know at my school they had extra classes after school that you could go to if you wanted to, called study hall. A lot of people thought, no, I won't go, but if you go to it, your friends are there, it's a lot easier to do group study, so making mind maps and sharing your ideas with your friends, and it makes it a lot easier and funner to actually do your study.
Don't think that it's like not cool to ask the teacher if you don't understand, because that's their job, they're there to help you.
It really helped talking to friends at school because everyone was going through the same thing, obviously, and although people reacted to it differently, it was good to know that you weren't alone and that nobody else was getting any sleep either.
What helps is knowing that other people are going through the same thing as you, and you can always turn to your friends and ask what they are doing and what they are doing to cope with the stress and pressure.
I got a community award from my school for helping the students, the teachers, on open days when there was people coming to look at the school.
My family affects me a lot. I just feel always pressured by my mum to do better, and also that she also makes me feel guilty at the same time. I always have to prove myself to her. I mean, it's good for like motivation and all, but at the same time it's being I just want to be accepted, like, okay, you've done something good.
I think the responsibility of growing a child lies more on the society now than on the parents.
I'd rather have both parents being happy and everything, and I'd really want them to be happy. I don't like seeing anger because it just makes me upset.
Earlier this year I lost my mum to cancer, so that was probably the biggest thing of my life. You can really get help with someone who's gone through it or gone through something similar. Because I think as much as people care and as much as people want to help, you just can't really understand unless you've gone through something or the same thing, because you know, like, it's always there. It's never gone away. I'm never not thinking about it.
My family, they came from China, so maybe the cultures and the things they learned back there wouldn't apply here.
I come from a very Greek family, and we have very Greek traditions where we're not allowed to get a tattoo, not allowed to put certain body piercings. It's frowned upon.
There's a big age gap between us and our guardian, so I don't think he understands what it was like to be our age and how people act differently now. My mum was a kindergarten teacher and she really inspired me. I used to go to work with her when I was little and I'd see how she was with the kids, and it was just a really good experience to experience that.
I think some problems with parents not understanding the younger generations is they don't understand what we do on social media and how we connect with other people, because some people are doing really, really awful things.
As well as it's the parents' fault for not understanding us, it's also sort of partially our responsibility to communicate with our parents.
I feel like parents often underestimate how early we're exposed to certain things like alcohol and drugs and sex and all of that.
Me talking to my parents about a relationship would probably be very awkward, and I wouldn't be able to tell them much because it's sort of private. But if something happens in that relationship and it really depresses you, you can't go to your parents about it.
Mum and Dad were a massive support to me throughout the year. And also at school there's coordinators and teachers and counsellors that you can go to for help. But at the end of the day, it's just down to you and what score you bring out.
At a young age, some kids might not even know what they want to do yet, and they're faced with a massive decision that may change the rest of their life. And not only that, are they also pressured to do well in school if they were to pursue one of their dream careers?
I'd really love to be a nurse and hopefully midwife, we'll see. And just help out people who need it, and possibly if I don't get into midwifery, just do paediatric nursing, and hopefully if I get my degree then I could go over and volunteer in third world countries.
I have to sort of go to universities and choose what course I'm doing, and it's really hard because I just got out of being a kid and now they're choose the course and choose your life basically, so that's sort of just a worry.
Hope to see myself playing professional soccer, because Women's League isn't big in Australia, but it's massive in England and America and Canada. So playing professional there would be awesome, a dream come true. What I want to do with my art, I want to go more into comics because I read comics myself.
In the future, getting to teach others music, to be a music teacher, helping others with their career, not just with guitar but also with technology in music.
I'd like to, as I said, I'd like to get more on top of my work, and I'd also like to be a comedian or an artist or something that I actually do enjoy doing.
My ambition is to be in the sport rec course at Victoria University.
I see myself going to university to become a kindergarten teacher so that I can help little children form good habits at kinder and so that they can become better people. And I think that will really improve my life because I'll be interacting with people and just learning how everyone else is.
be in the sport industry and be able to teach kids how to play tennis, or just teach people how to play sport because I love sport, and to be able to pass on my knowledge of sport.
I'd like to be a kindergarten teacher because I like just looking after little children, and it's a fun place to like be, and also because my mother was a kindergarten teacher as well, and she would take me in when she would be at kinder, so I would go in and I'd help her there, and it just kind of made me realise it.
Before I go to study, I'd like to go around the world with my sister to America, Europe, New Zealand, anywhere, because I think just travelling, it gives you a different experience, and you can see how other people in different countries live, and you can just experience something different than what you can experience here.
Hopefully I become an actress, because that's what I've probably been wanting to do lately, because when I watch TV I just see actresses and actors, and I wonder that they must be having lots of fun.
I have a study question for you to think about. What would you do? I am 11. I cut my hair quite short for a change last year. I think it looks good on me. But soon I got called names at school, like you're gay, hitting me and things like that. I am just friends with some boys, but no, I am not gay, but thought I was just for a day. It is mean, like bullying. What should I do?
So I would suggest that you go tell a teacher or tell your parents. Definitely don't keep it to yourselves. And also, being gay is not a bad thing.
I've pretty much experienced exactly that, because I used to have really short hair, like some as short as the boys do now, and I got called that a lot, but I'm not a person that would run to the teacher and tell them. I just like brush it off and, continue on with my day or whatever it is. But like, it does get to a point where you get really angry or mad, or you take it out on someone, but you try not to.
So when you're a lot younger, it's a lot harder to ignore what people say. Because I remember at 11, like, I took everything someone said bad about me, like, I'd take it straight to heart. But as you get older, I think that you develop more resilience, and like, if people say bad things about like me today, like, I don't care as much as I did back then. And everyone just really wants to be liked. But then, so sometimes, like, I did it as well, like, you change who you are sometimes just to be accepted. But yeah, as you get older, you start to just reject it and get sick of when people insult you. It doesn't matter as much, like if people call you gay for a haircut or whatever.
Just ignore all the people that are doing all those stupid things to you, because they're probably looking for attention and they're just trying to take it out on you when you've done nothing wrong to them.
Maybe they might have problems at home, and they're just trying to take it out on people, so it's probably good just to talk to them. Maybe they have something wrong, so you just may just talk to them, and they might open up to you.
If you're being bullied or you're being harassed or anything, you shouldn't really keep it to yourself. It's like probably the best idea is to tell someone. Otherwise, you're just keeping it to yourself, you're bottling it up, and it's just going to hurt yourself even more. And every time they insult you again and again, it's just going to hit you harder every time until one day you can't take it anymore.
It can also escalate to going to like cyberbullying, things like that. And it's better for some people to not tell people things that they don't like about them face to face. So sometimes social media is a way that they can just get to them and annoy them.
You shouldn't try and rush to grow up, because you're an adult for like the rest of your life.